The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener discretion is advised.
It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
The beat! The man! You gotta beat the man! Woo!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729280. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729280. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the World Heavyweight Champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here!
Streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
This is a match that has been talked about and reviewed so many times over the last 15 years on wrestling news sites that I thought I would drop one more video blog pertaining to The Undertaker vs. Sting coming up at WrestleMania 32, seeing that we're only just a few mere months away from what could be the biggest WrestleMania of all time. And I guess this ties in significantly with The Undertaker's 25th anniversary this year at Survivor Series before we wrap up what has been a real critical year in the career of The Undertaker over the last 25 years, making the most appearances out of any year since 2010 for the better part of the last 5 years. So it's leaving us with the impression that it's ultimately leading us up to something greater for The Undertaker. And in my opinion, with how wrestling fans have wanted this match for close to 15 years, I think the time has never been better to service up The Undertaker vs. Sting at WrestleMania 32. The venue is in Dallas, Texas. Next year, I think that's significantly great for The Undertaker and Sting match where it could take place. And I think that with everything tying in so significantly with The Undertaker's 25th anniversary this year at Survivor Series, with The Undertaker and Kane reuniting to face the Wyatt family, and with how we haven't seen Sting since Night of Champions, I think this would also give Sting a reason to come back for the first time in several months, which is why I'm really excited to see how this all unfolds and where we go from here. I've been a really big fan of The Undertaker for my whole life. He was probably one of the biggest reasons why I started watching wrestling back in the mid-90s. From the lateral part of 1996 right up until at least 2004, 2005, I paid significant attention to The Undertaker and the evolution his character went under, from the original Phenom, from the Phenom to the American Badass, to the Dead Man, to an icon, to a legend. So many names have been thrown around and given to The Undertaker, but I think really he's really become a household name for so many years. And with how Sting, of course, remained true to WCW and the Monday Night Wars rating supremacy with World Championship Wrestling, and how The Undertaker remained loyal to his brand, World Wrestling Entertainment, I think with how much of icons they established themselves for being for whatever wrestling organization you're talking about, either World Championship Wrestling for Sting, WWE for The Undertaker, I think this would be a fantastic representation of what wrestling to the new generation of wrestling fans and even retro wrestling fans from the old school generation of wrestling. This would be a fantastic representation and a great way to put on what wrestling really has evolved into here in 2015, 2016, which we're only a couple of months away from. And I think this could be the biggest match of 2016 if in fact it happens at WrestleMania 32. I don't have an indefinite prediction for this match. I would like to say that Sting's going to be the guy to end The Undertaker's career with a victory over him at WrestleMania 32, with Sting, of course, using the baseball bat probably to hit The Undertaker in the face, probably pin him that way, or use his trademark move, one of the two trademark moves he's used for years, the Scorpion Death Lock or the Death Drop, a pinfall move or a submission move. I think we would see a pure wrestling contest up until the winner was determined and deciphered in this match, but, I'd like to say that Sting's going to be the guy to put that final nail in the coffin, if you would, of The Undertaker's career, because in all honesty, there's really nobody else other than probably Kane who was qualified, in my opinion, enough to end The Undertaker's career after so many unbelievable moments and matches were given to us as Undertaker fans over the years. Without Sting there in the WWE, The Undertaker pretty much ran roughshod and called the shots with professional wrestling, and even backstage, The Undertaker had a significant influence on how things definitely perceived itself in the wrestling industry. So, for years, Sting was never there, and now here comes Sting, possibly going to be the replacement for people like The Undertaker and Kane, because they're getting up there in years with experience and age. I think that there's really nobody else other than probably Kane who qualifies to end The Undertaker's career after 25 years, and as I mentioned, it ties in significantly with The Undertaker's 25th anniversary to have The Undertaker versus Sting match happen. I keep going back to the promo post-WrestleMania time when Sting, of course, was in the ring and they were addressing Sting's future, and he said he didn't know what his future had in store for him. All he knew was that he was going to reach out and grab whatever WWE threw his way, and then fans almost instantaneously started chanting Undertaker. Sting looked at thousands of fans at post-WrestleMania season time, and he said, I don't know if we're going to see that. I don't know if we're really going to see anything from me. They gave him one chance at the championship against Seth Rollins. Of course, he broke his neck. Thankfully, the injury Sting sustained in that match was not as devastating as what people initially thought. The doctors thought Sting was done, and apparently it's not as serious of an injury as what we all thought and were left with the impression of at the conclusion of the Night of Champions pay-per-view. We were probably left with that impression, too, with how Kane came out the way he did at the end of the match and targeted Seth Rollins instantly and deemed himself the number one contender at the time for the title. Obviously, Sting was, or